Dig, Diesel, dig. Dig. Oh, yeah. A lot of trout in here. A lot of them. Can't really see any right now. There's some big ones in there. They usually get up under the dock. So since riding season's on us pretty hard and heavy around here in East Tennessee, best time of year to ride, you just gotta watch for snakes a lot. But I figured now would be the time I'd go through my box up front, go through the stuff I keep on the four-wheeler all the time. Then there's a few items that I've got out and haven't replaced, such as hot hands and stuff, which aren't gonna be as big deal in the summertime, but I still need to go through it and figure out exactly what all I need to put back in here. So I figured I'd go over with you all what stays in the four-wheeler all the time. So as you can tell right now, I do not have my back storage box bag slash whatever hell you want to call that on. I've had it off because I've had the pump sprayer on lately, and I'm probably not going to put it back on until winter. I mainly had it on there to pretty much haul hoodies and extra clothes and rain gear. Summertime, it's not that big of a deal. Not as worried about my stuff being waterproof, since our lows are probably going to be in the 60s, and that's why everything in this should have me covered. Nice thing about these Polaris's is you do have all the storage up front. So this is just what I keep in here all the time. You might need more or want more. I'm just going over a base of what stays in mine. All right, so you can get on Amazon or eBay and get these. Just type in little pool bags. They'll come, you can buy these. In this one, since my four-wheeler is street legal in Tennessee, I have my insurance card, my registration, and looks like I've got about $35 in here, just in case I don't have my wallet on me and I stop to get gas, because we do have trails all over the mountains here, and even if you're not street legal, the cops around here really don't give a damn, as long as you're not, you know, being too wild. So I'll leave that there. Here's another bag. And then this one, I honestly don't know why that's in here. This is my registration for Hatfield McCoy's Trails in West Virginia. And also, these bags are semi-waterproof. So when we go, I do stick my wallet in here. And if Chastity's with me riding, I put her ID in my wallet. That way she doesn't have to carry a pocketbook or a purse. And as we know, your money's her money, so that's how it goes. I got some gloves in here. Me and Chastity had to take a couple down trees. All right, in this one I have a couple emergency blankets and a lighter. I do believe I had my hot hands in here, so I will need to replace those, which I kind of figured that. I vaguely remembered it, that I had got them out. These are just some cheap riding gloves we kind of leave in here. I usually like my climb gloves, Clem, however you want to call them, are my go-tos, but sometimes, like today, I'm not going far, so it's nice to just have that in there. Phone charger comes in handy. This also charges GoPro, USB-C, because I'm an Android fanboy. And there's just another pair of gloves. So I have a couple of fire logs in here. Man, these are cheap. They're like $1. You might as well pick them up. Headlamps. Man, these are nice to have. In my backpack, I have some really nice ones. I think I got a black diamond. I don't remember what it was, but these are cheap ones from Walmart, man. They're like $1. They're not bright. You're not going to see a lot. But I do keep 2 of them in here. Just coming real handy. And then, of course, I have, you know, another lighter, a grill type lighter. Just never can have too many lighters, pretty much. I've got lucky that I've had spares a lot. So these dude wipes, man, I keep them in everything. If you don't know about these You need to learn and get these. Your booty hole will thank you. I keep them loaded up. They come in big handy. Or if you just need to wash your hands, they work pretty decent. This right here is just the factory toolkit that came with the four-wheeler, so I'm not really gonna go over that. This right here is a toolkit I've put together. This comes in handy. This isn't just for my four-wheeler, it's for pretty much anybody or anything. I went to Harbor Freight, man, I spent like $30. I bought some wrenches. I think these go up to 19 millimeters. They're all metric. Got a pair of channel locks, and I've got sockets in here. I think my sockets go up to 19 millimeter too, and I just got them. Man, they come in handy. Great on not just your stuff, but other people's stuff. You would not believe the people that will come out riding and their whole trip could be saved if you just have a tool for them to be able to tighten up a lug nut or adjust their chain or really anything. So that's why I carry them. There's nothing worse starting out riding with your buddies and you get 30 minutes in and they've got to turn back. And zip ties are a must. I'll show you. This thing's still fixed with zip ties because I got a little bit on the mountain water, and well, I jammed a log into the fender right in here. I broke all this off, and I've got this zip tied on. So I don't think I tore anything up too bad. I just need some more push pins. Honestly, I'm not really worried on it. This four-wheeler is pretty much, I mean, it's a 570, so some people are fanboys of them. It's weird. It's kind of like a cult following with them. I'm honestly not impressed. It's nice for what it is, but after coming from like 1,000 razors and, you know, side by sides and king quads and brute forces, but if you realize that it's a 570 and it's a utility and ride it like one, great four-wheeler. All right, so I'm guessing you can figure out what this is. This is my recovery gear. I have some more zip ties down there. Zip ties come in handy, man. Sometimes setting up tarps and stuff, but if I can, I'll zip tie them on instead of messing with ropes and this and that. That's the way to go. Now this kit, basic, you know, 50% of the time, this will get you by 100% of the time. You know what I mean? It's just basic, nice stuff to have in them all the time. All right, so as far as recovery, the number one thing you're gonna have is gonna be your winch. That anything I get, all the way from my Cummins to the new 2022 Rubicon to this four-wheeler, or any side-by-side I've ever had, the first thing I put on them is a winch. That's right off the bat. The second thing I always do is get rid of the shit factory tires. Factory tires suck a lot. So after you have your winch, there's still going to be a few things that are going to help you out drastically. And you might not think, oh, it's just a four-wheeler. Well, sometimes you'll be riding and you'll see a side-by-side that needs help, anything. And sometimes you'll think, oh, fuck them, I'll drive by them. Well, sometimes you've got to get them out so you can get by. And usually when you stop and help somebody, you've made a trail buddy for life. So inside my recovery bag, I have 2 shackles, and those come with a worn trail bag. You could source this stuff out from somewhere besides worn and probably save a little bit of money, but when I was buying it, it's kind of like I could buy all this separate, or I can just buy this damn bag. And I think I got it on sale for $54, and I know I could have saved a little bit, but to me it was worth it because it came with the bag and had the straps and stuff. So here's just a little strap, man. This is going to work for a lot. Usually you're just going to be extending your winch line or something like that, or you need to go around a tree, you know, just to save your winch cable, because I run synthetic on everything except for my Cummins. I run steel cable on my Cummins because I just wanted it rugged as hell. So right here, These will double your pulling capacity. So right here it says, with a 1/4 inch diameter cable, 7,000 pound rating. Max load on this is 8,000 pounds for your snatch block. This is awesome because, let's say, I can only have my 4-wheeler like this, but let's say I needed to pull something over here. Well, if I can't get my 4-wheeler facing that way, my cable's gonna run, it's not gonna be good. But with this, I can take one of them straps, choke it up. I'm gonna hook to the tree right there, and I've changed the way I'm pulling and keeping my rope good. Also, if I was severely bogged down in some like peanut butter mud, I'm gonna run this up here to a tree and come back and hook to my 4-wheeler. I don't want to break that cable. I want to do everything I can to maintain that, especially if I'm in a real shitty spot. I want to take good care of that line, because after it breaks, you're down to tying knots and shit, and that's when you start getting a little nervous. So that stays in there. It's another strap. Again, a lot of times these are good, especially if, let's say you're riding with somebody and they need a tow. Man, instead of putting their winch cable out to you and towing them like that, you can just get your strap. You'll like it. This is pretty much the one that's gonna, like, my, let's say if I'm riding with a group of people and nobody else has anything, and let's say another group needs to be pulled, this I don't care about. If I run into somebody on the trail or somebody that needs to get back to camp and they're having to tow a machine and they don't have a strap, or they're trying to use a ratchet strap or something like that, they're just not having a good time. Dude, this was like $11 on eBay. I honestly don't give a damn about this. If somebody needs this, this is my here, take this. I'll keep my good worn stuff. They can take this, they can have it. I don't plan on getting it back. If I get it back, cool. If not, no big deal. I don't give a damn. I help somebody else out on the trail, that shit comes back around. So it looks like there are a few things that I need to add back in this, and I'll go over that. So now that it is warmer weather, and I'm not too concerned about keeping those heavy gloves in there. Those were a one-time use deal. I'm gonna buy like a 5x7 tarp, a nylon tarp. It's gonna go over there. I'm gonna keep that with me, just in case I'm out running the trails and I get caught in a thunder boomer. I can pull my 4-wheeler in somewhere, I can throw a tarp up, I'll be fine. When I go out and I'm riding the 4-wheeler, I keep my cooler on me. I can pull over, throw a tarp up, drink a few beers. He just went all the way underwater. Drink a few beers and let the storm go by. And also, the reason I like to keep a tarp with me on anything off-road is, let's say you were working on something under here and this wasn't rock, this was mud. I mean, that tarp's a sacrifice. You can buy a nylon tarp off eBay for around $20. And I would rather get trash that $20 tarp than get all nasty and muddy and just be miserable. Also, if you're taking stuff apart, your bolts will be on it. You don't lose them as easy. The other thing that I do, the reason I want the tarp, and let me tell you this, just so I can hang it up. So an emergency blankets, you can buy a pack of 5 for under $10. That same thing I was talking about here is a great use for an emergency blanket also. You can put your emergency blanket down, get it nasty, it'll crumble up nice, and put it back on your floor and throw it away later. They're cheap, but they do rip. If you're on somewhere that's pretty rough, you're gonna rip them. And you can hang them up for a kind of a tarp, but they'll rip pretty easy. If you have any type of wind, they're done for. But I do keep those. Just I have ended up cold before, and I actually took the emergency blanket and cut out a head opening for it, and I put it over my regular t-shirt, and then I put my coat back over the emergency blanket, and it works. There's a lot of uses for an emergency blanket. You can play with them. You'll figure it out pretty quick. But they are nice to sacrifice if you're working on the ground or in the dirt. They're cheap, but tarps are nice too. That nylon tarp, I mean, I could rinse it right here in this spring and be good to go and keep reusing that tarp over and over. They're pretty durable. All right, so here we're at the tiki hut. Let's come along. I gotta put some old barn lumber up there to make it kind of look a little rustic feeling. We're kind of going for like beach vibe down here. There's no power or anything here, but y'all can see the solar lights. There's 2 solar panels up there. The shingles are all on. All that is done. Well, all that is done. Got some oak. Take a torch to it and then stain it. And it'll be the bar top. Built the height around these cheap stools you can get at Lowe's. So it comes out about perfect. So if I'm gonna sit down here with all my buddies, man, look at that. Perfect size. We got here pretty late last night. There's some buddies down here with me, and we cinnamon apple pie. We put a dent in it. We finished her, and that's about it. It's gonna be a pretty nice tiki hut. I'll show y'all if y'all want to see. If y'all give a damn about stuff like this, I'll show y'all when it's done if y'all want to see it. That's gonna go around. We're kind of debating if we're gonna put. I don't think we're gonna have no sides to it. Put some signs up, kind of some beachy vibe signs. A little bit of the beach out here in the mountains. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Drop me comments. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what y'all want to see. I can demonstrate stuff for y'all. I don't know a whole hell of a lot, but I probably show y'all some cool shit. But anyways, drop me a comment. I love reading comments. And subscribe, man. Help the channel. I'm trying to grow it. It's pretty stagnant right now. But just drop me a comment, like, subscribe, man. Anyways, I'm gonna kill some natural lights, swim with the hound, and try to find some motivation today. See y'all.